This is Insane, an urban opinionated news podcast that will cover various topics, including politics, business, relationships, love, spirituality, current Black news, and pop culture events that may not receive sufficient exposure in mainstream media. We hope you like the new look. Although this is real news, I will put my own vibe to it, so I encourage everyone to do more research. Now let's get to it.
What up, doe? What's going on? It is your girl Ness with This is Insane, and this is volume 2. This is a new show that I pretty much just started. Hopefully you got a chance to see last week's show. If you did not, I encourage you to go take a look at it and check it out. We have certain topics, like the topic today actually is the politics as usual. We're talking about the situation that happened in Jacksonville. Then we got Protect Black Women. We have a segment on that, and I won't go too much in detail with that, but it's really horrible. So I'm sorry, but this is going to be kind of like a shock for people when you see the title or you hear the situation. And then we have the You Caring Too Much. And what actually You Caring Too Much is the Jacksonville situation. Politics as usual is Trump. Nino Brown pretty much talking about Trump at the Fulton County Jail. So it's kind of comical, but it's still true. And I just wanted to bring that to you guys tonight. And then we have a PSA, and our PSA is going to be by CashflowHarlem. And then we also have the Black News Today, which is unfortunately about 2 young teens, and one of them got stabbed by her friend. I don't want to say best friend, but by her friend at McDonald's over sweet and sour sauce. I just had to let out a long sigh. Sorry, but that's what it is. Just had to let out a long sigh. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let's get to it, shall we? Actually, let's see. The first one we're going to start with is Nino Brown talking about Trump. And I just want to put a disclaimer out here that I do not condone excessive profanity. And there is some profanity that I really don't condone, but the information that he is giving, even though it's comical, it is so true, and the way that he's breaking it down is very important. So I just want you guys, anybody that is sensitive to profane words, there is some profanity, so hide your kids, hide your wife. But let's get to it. All right.
What? President Donald Trump locked up in the goddamn jail right now, in the blackest goddamn jail they got in America, man. Fulton County. And it's crazy how his mugshot had a goddamn release date like this Negro was dropping an album or something. We've been knowing about his goddamn mugshot for about 2 weeks in a row like he Young Thug. Matter of fact, he ended up with Young Thug, man. Trump asked for a wall. Now he about to get all 4 goddamn walls, man. Why they ain't make his ass take his wig off like they do the rest of our ass? How did Donald Trump get a goddamn bond on a federal RICO charge and Young Thug still locked up on a YSL RICO? I got some questions. When he revoke his bond, because I know he gonna say some shit or do some shit or get drunk and say he's snatching on goddamn juice boxes. I wonder if he violated bond condition, will they hold him and revoke him like they do us when we goddamn revolt? I'm talking about the black folk. Now, do y'all think he gonna win this goddamn election and pardon himself? Or do y'all think this gonna disqualify him as a 2024 president candidate? Y'all think Trump gonna snitch? Cause he just hired the same lawyers that Gunner had, man. And you know what Gunner did, man. Y'all think Trump gonna do the same thing and tell on everybody else, man? He facing 230 years in prison and is out right now on 4 federal bonds. I ain't never heard no shit like that, man. If this was you or me, our black ass couldn't even get a job holding up the welcome to Walmart sign, and we had that on our record jacket. But for some reason, President goddamn Trump is still able to run for the highest position known to mankind, the goddamn president. And I don't understand how. Another question I got. Do y'all think about 20 years from now, man, when they go to releasing Netflix documentaries and shit like that on Tuesday, man, y'all think that Barack Obama documentary gonna hit harder than that Donald Trump documentary on Netflix, man, when this shit all over with? I need to know, man. The state of Georgia ain't playing. They done goddamn RICO the man that created the RICO law and booked him on RICO charge. Do y'all think Donald Trump narcissistic ways, man? You know he a narcissist. Put him in that bad position that he in right now. Comment below. I know them niggas out there, Zone 4, Zone 6, goddamn Mechanicville. I'm talking about goddamn Riverdale. I know they got them goddamn mugshot shirts on sale, man. And they gonna hit hard in the MAGA shirt. Cause for the first time, a black man gonna be able to wear a Trump shirt and he ain't gonna get canceled. But see, what I think is, this gonna be the biggest promotion that his campaign will ever get. That's why he ain't do the debate with the rest of them piece of shits the other night. This arrest probably gonna backfire on the state, cause this is more than likely gonna help Trump win the goddamn black vote. He gonna win the race. All the convicted fellas that got their rights back, they probably gonna vote for the goddamn Trumpster, cause this put Trump in the mob figure John Gotti conversations at the cookout and at the goddamn barbershop nail salons and all that shit. Y'all pay attention. I think this gonna help Trump more than gonna hurt Trump. But he better win, cause if not, he gonna be facing 210 years in the federal penitentiary. Y'all come at me.
Okay, sorry about that, but yeah, man, this everything he said was spot on and real, as far as like a couple of things about you know, how people feel about underdogs, especially when they get hit down to the bottom. Like, he's in Fulton County, and he's actually right. Fulton County, listen, I was in Fulton County before. I might have stayed a day, but I was there. But at the end of the day, Fulton County definitely is. It's up there with Chicago and all the rest of them. Okay. So yeah. What is it in Michigan? Oh, Jackson. Yeah. So Fulton is no joke, even though it's a jail. But anyway, so shout out to Fannie Willis, the prosecutor that's on the case. You know, we'll just have to see what happens. I do know that it's a lot of people that's behind her, but also this is Trump and this is America, and we have to remember that. And we have to remember that the balance of power, or the scales, is tipped a certain way. Okay, Lady Justice is tipped a certain way. It's not equal, and it never has been. No matter how many people tried to convince you that is a minority that is for, you know, the other administration or whatever that may be, no matter how they try to turn the tables, it has never been equal. And I don't want to say it'll never be, because I don't know the future, but the way that things is looking, it's looking kind of bleak. So everybody that feels that justice should be served, and that that Trump should, be penalized for his actions and for being so influential during the January 6th situation. You guys need to make sure that you continue to vote. That's all I got to say. Vote. And, I am not a Republican or a Democrat. I pretty much am an independent, which is important for me to be. But I'm just saying, y'all need to start voting. And I think I said it on the last one. City officials, governmental, whatever it may be, start getting out there, start, finding out who your governors are, mayors are, senators are, city councils, everybody, aldermen, judges, just, try to really work at, understanding that our ancestors really pushed for voting for a reason. That was the one thing, that was the biggest thing in America that they had to overcome and endure. I'm talking about got homes burned, they burned up, have been unalive because of it. So it's a reason why there have been so many challenges when it comes to this one thing that they now are trying to take away. There is some power in it, no matter what people say. So just don't be lazy. Start doing research. We can change the narrative if everybody work together and actually try. Okay? Just had to put that out there. And once again, thank you for watching. This is Insane News with your girl Nessa. I was going to give y'all my little street name, but people that's listening or watching, they know what it is if they know me. So but please like and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, please share it with somebody. Just do me a favor and leave a comment. Let me know how you like the show. If you think this is a better edition than the old This Is Insane, or if you would like to see something in the topics or the segments, please make sure that you leave it in the comments. Okay, so the next one is you caring too much. Okay, so with this one is with the you caring too much, this is about the Jacksonville situation. All right. I don't know if I need to even discuss it more. Let's just check it out.
In the past hour, Sheriff T.K. Waters gave an update on Saturday's deadly shooting at a Northwest Jacksonville Dollar General. He also released new surveillance video showing the gunman's movements before the racially motivated attack that killed 3 people. The sheriff says after driving from Clay County to Jacksonville, the 21-year-old shooter stopped at this Family Dollar on Moncrief Road and made some purchases. Then he parked outside Edward Waters University, where he's seen putting on a vest and is followed by First Coast security before police say he then entered the Dollar General in Newtown and murdered 3 people. You see him going into the store. The sheriff released video of SWAT officers entering the business, where police say the gunman shot and killed himself. News4Jax reporter Eric Avenier is live at a vigil for 3 people who were killed. We will get to him in just a moment. First, News4Jax reporter Scott Johnson spoke with a woman who was inside the Dollar General during the attack. Scott?
She was inside with her 2-year-old daughter, Tom, shielding her daughter, thinking she was going to die, thinking her daughter might die, as she came face to face and even spoke with the killer.
Mercedes Jones was shopping for art supplies with her 2-year-old daughter when she heard the shots.
Was your mind with your daughter at the time?
That was my whole motive, get her out here alive. I didn't care if he shot me, just not my baby, please. The last moments I had with her, she was being bad.
At first, Jones says she didn't know what was happening, but went into the back of the store with some older women to hide. She says one man was there and hopped a back fence to escape, but they couldn't do that.
But I didn't know the nature of the crime at the time. All I know was I got to get my baby out of here. Then he came behind the store and we saw him. He was like in military clothes. He had like this Marine fit on, a bulletproof vest, and the biggest gun I have ever seen strapped around his shoulders. And he just sat there, he watched us. He could have killed us all.
Jones says the gunman walked up to them and spoke to them.
When there was 3 other women, older women that worked there behind that building with me. Everybody else could jump. I couldn't, I had a baby. So therefore, we begging for our lives, and I fell begging for mine, blocking my baby with my body. And then he was like, if you don't want me to shoot you, run.
So Jones ran. Unfortunately, because she was carrying her daughter, she fell, skinning her knees. But she finally was able to escape to a nearby property. Eventually, police came to find her. And even then, Jones says she was still terrified.
And then I was scared to go with the policemen afterwards when they actually banged on the apartment door and found me. I was scared to go with them because they had the same gun wrapped around their shoulder. I was like, you look like him.
Her and her mom and her daughter are trying to all just get through this right now. They say one of their struggles has been finding services to help them through this time. They just keep calling numbers and don't know really who to turn to. We're live.
I just first want to say my condolences to the friends and families of the victims. And I also want to send best and well wishes to everyone who survived and who is struggling right now mentally because of the situation. I pray that they all get the help that they need. And I wanted to highlight the last comment that the commentator said, which was the young lady was calling around trying to get help from some type of program, and she couldn't get through. I literally was just talking about this with my brother today because we have a review show that we do, and we wind up doing a review show today. And on the review show, I literally was just talking about the situation that's happening where it's harder to get the counseling that people of color need in the communities, because they're defunding a lot of the programs that people need. Like, a lot of the programs are extinct now. And it used to be a time when there were small businesses that assisted with the funding of these programs. But unfortunately, in our community, those small businesses have to close because people are constantly stealing from them and they can't afford to stay open. So this is what is happening. This is the reality of what is happening right now. And, it's really sad because if we, I don't know where we're going to end up in the next 5 to 10 years if it continues this way. And, I just want people to see this. And I also want to discuss the situation with the shooter, or I should say, I'm on YouTube too. So, okay, I just can't say it too many times, I guess. But there has always been a deep hatred for, especially a deep hatred when it comes to Black people, other ethnicities even. I don't know what it is, but we have always been looked at as the bottom of the totem pole. Even when we go to different countries, even here, it's just, it's really sad. And this man had a strong hate. His hate was so strong that he drove from a predominantly probably a predominantly white neighborhood all the way to the hood to a Dollar General, where he knew that a lot of people that shop there is more people that have a different tax bracket. You feel what I'm saying, right? So what was he thinking? That he was going to help exterminate? You know what I'm saying? Whew, okay, I'm just trying to, make sure that I calm down. One of the things that I really think is that there are underground deep web activities that's happening that is hard to control when it comes to just regular policing, because there's no way that these situations is constantly happening. And the weird thing is, it's usually around this time every year. And then even just a situation that just happened at UNC. And also, I hope that everyone was, because I can't remember exactly if anybody got hurt there, but that literally just happened too. And that was an Asian American man that did that. But oh man, I don't understand it. And on top of that, it's so many death anniversaries of people that we have lost around this entire time, especially this month. In this month, we have Emmett Till, we have George Floyd, several, and I want to say Brianna, like, it's just been really, it's just been a lot. It's just been a lot. I think this was Brianna's birthday, if I'm not mistaken. Let me, this month. Let me look. But I've got a strong feeling that, oh no, I'm sorry. Her birthday is in June. Okay, I had got an alert and I thought that, I thought her situation was, but it wasn't. It wasn't. But either or, it still is sad, and it's just too much, and it's too many situations, and it's every year, and it's all the time, and it hasn't stopped. And what are we going to do about it? Okay? What are we going to do about it? And shout out to the Black Eagle for that, Joe Madison. Okay. So let's see. The next one is, we did the politics as usual. We did You Caring Too Much. And now the next one is very heartbreaking. It is Protect Black Women. So just get prepared for this one, because this one is probably a little more gut-wrenching than most of them. All right.
Motive, trying to figure out exactly why he did this, certainly why he did this on that date in such a public area. But there was a past relationship, so it is considered to be domestic violence.
This is the story of Brooklyn Sims, an 18-year-old woman who worked as a contract employee at a Home Depot store in Pensacola, Florida. She had a 2-year-old daughter named Casey with her 20-year-old boyfriend, Keith Agee. On August 11, 2023, Keith Agee walked into the Home Depot store and shot Brooklyn Sims 5 times, killing her on the spot. But what makes this case even more horrifying is that Keith Agee's 50-year-old mother, Sheila Agee, had helped him plan the murder by texting him the address of the store and encouraging him to kill Brooklyn Sims. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
Today, the woman shot to death inside a Home Depot in Pensacola is being identified as 18-year-old Brooklyn Sims.
This story will be taking us to the city of Pensacola in Florida. Pensacola is the westernmost city in the Florida Panhandle, and the county seat and only incorporated city of Escambia County. The Pensacola Bay Area is famous for its natural beauty and historic culture. Known for its white sand beaches and emerald green waters, Pensacola has bragging rights to one of the best naturally preserved coastlines in the United States. Brooklyn Sims was born on June 15, 2005, in Pensacola, Florida. She was the youngest of 4 siblings, Breland, Brianna, and Braxton. She grew up in a loving family that supported her dreams and aspirations. Her mother, Tasha Carter, was a nurse who inspired Brooklyn to follow in her footsteps. Her father, Brian Sims, was a mechanic who taught Brooklyn how to fix cars and bikes. Brooklyn attended Booker T. Washington High School, where she was a cheerleader and a track star. She was popular among her classmates and teachers for her friendly personality and academic excellence. She graduated in 2023 with honors and had plans to attend college and pursue a career in nursing. Brooklyn was described by her friends and family as a devoted mother and a person who could light up the room with her laughter. She loved music, dancing, and spending time with her daughter Casey. She also enjoyed traveling, shopping, and reading books. She had a passion for helping others and making a positive difference in the world. Brooklyn met Keith when they were both teenagers. They started dating in 2020 and soon became parents to Casey. According to some of Brooklyn's friends, Keith was abusive and controlling towards Brooklyn. He would often accuse her of cheating on him, monitor her phone calls and texts, and isolate her from her family and friends. He also physically assaulted her on several occasions, leaving bruises and marks on her body. Brooklyn tried to end the relationship several times, but Keith would threaten to harm her or himself if she left him. The abuse escalated in 2023 when Brooklyn decided to move out of Keith's apartment and live with her mother. She also filed for a restraining order against him, accusing him of stalking, harassing, and threatening her. She told the court that he had choked her, hit her with a belt, and pointed a gun at her head. She also said that he had threatened to kill her if she ever left him or took their daughter away from him. The court granted her a temporary injunction for protection against domestic violence on July 29, 2023. However, Keith violated the order several times by contacting Brooklyn through phone calls, texts, and social media messages. He also showed up at her workplace and followed her home. On August 11, 2023, around 1:30 p.m., Brooklyn was working at the Home Depot store on North Davis Highway in Pensacola. She was a contract employee who cleaned the store's restrooms and break rooms. She had been working there for about 2 weeks and was well liked by her coworkers. That day, she was wearing a blue Home Depot apron with her name tag on it. Meanwhile, Keith was driving around with his mother Sheila Agee in her car. They had been texting each other throughout the morning about their plan to kill Brooklyn Sims. Sheila knew where Brooklyn worked and gave Keith the address of the store. She also encouraged him to go ahead with the murder and offered to drive him there. At around 1:45 p.m., they arrived at the Home Depot parking lot. Sheila parked near the entrance of the store and waited in the car while Keith got out with a small shotgun hidden under his shirt. He walked into the store and headed towards aisle 52, where he spotted Brooklyn cleaning one of the restrooms. He approached her from behind and said something to her before firing 5 shots at close range. Brooklyn fell to the floor with multiple gunshot wounds to her chest and abdomen. She died instantly. 2 other employees who were nearby heard the shots and ran for cover. They were grazed by bullets as they escaped but survived their injuries. Keith then ran out of the store and got back into his mother's car. They drove away from the scene but did not get far. The police were alerted to the shooting by a 911 call from one of the store's managers. They arrived at the scene within minutes and found Brooklyn's body lying in a pool of blood. They also found 5 spent shotgun shells and a blue Home Depot apron with her name tag on it. They quickly identified Keith as the suspect, based on the eyewitness accounts of the surviving employees and the surveillance footage from the store. They also learned that he had a history of domestic violence against Brooklyn and that she had a restraining order against him. They traced his phone number and located him at a nearby restaurant called Mellow Mushroom, where he had called 911 and surrendered to the police. He was arrested without incident and taken to the Escambia County Jail. The police also arrested Sheila, who was still in the car with him. They searched the vehicle and found the shotgun used in the murder, along with a box of ammunition and a pair of gloves. They also seized their phones and discovered the text messages between them that revealed their plot to kill Brooklyn. They also found out that Sheila had attended a balloon release in honor of Brooklyn before her arrest, pretending to be her friend. According to the sheriff's office, these are the text messages that took place between Keith and Sheila AG just prior to the homicide. Keith, sure ain't do none but cost me money and gave me a I'm fin just shoot her ick I hate that for, daughter, but like I said I can't take it IDJF no mo. Sheila, okay I'll call you and tell you MF if you want to go to jail I'll tell you when we get close but if you don't come kill her you a MFB *** CH. Sheila, don't call Nanny and tell her she will try and talk you out of it. Keith, Ian even gone tell her why I left. I'm just say I gotta go to the dentist. Sheila, don't even go there she won't know you left. Don't shoot at my MF car I don't want to die. Keith, I'm not. Sheila, wait till I put her out. Keith, I was gone wait till she got out. Sheila, okay. Keith, but that's another thing if she don't get out that car mama and I have to drag her out or can't I may ask you to step out cause I'm open the door just shoot her. Sheila, as long as you don't shoot me. Sheila, hell if you getting off work now I'll give you the address here and you can ride over here and do it so you don't have to do it in front of, daughter. Keith, send it to me. Sheila, we just in Pensacola. Keith, I'm OTW send it. Sheila, hold up let me get it erase the texts cause I don't want nobody to know I was texting you stupid. Keith, I already deleted mine trust me Ian gone say sure ABT us even talkin' TD. Keith, what's the address? Sheila, I can't wait to get back to that store to give you the address cause you gonna have to shoot me today I done told you about cussing me. Keith, all I want is that address mama I'm done talkin' I done talked enough what's gonna happen and I'm okay with that I done already been thinking it through and this the only way for me it why you so quick to start sure with me but again must be scared of Brooklyn or some it. Keith, she gone be on a floor right? Sheila, waiting on you. Keith, I'm saying I'm gone have to find her in the back or some. Sheila, nope. Keith, okay. Keith, stay out my way. Sheila, I am. Keith, LOL man get off my phone all I needed was that address leave me alone finish your work day and you is to I forgot just me. Keith, so that last thought of her knowing she **d and the regret in her face will be enough to satisfy me IDJF what she see when she dead. Yes TF she do how TF I'm pick her up when yo sorry ass tryna go gamble or hang in Jackson and she don't pick up the phone, now that ain't even gone fly she adjusts. Die before I let that continue. Sheila, okay whatever IDC do what you do IDGAF. Cause I'm going home today not to hell or to jail, Escambia County Sheriff Chip Simmons said in a statement. Keith was charged with first-degree murder and 2 counts of aggravated battery. He pleaded not guilty and claimed that he acted in self-defense, saying that Brooklyn had attacked him with a knife. He also said that his mother had nothing to do with the murder and that she was unaware of his intentions. Sheila was charged with principal to first-degree murder. She also pleaded not guilty and denied any involvement in the murder. She said that she did not know that Keith had a gun or that he was going to kill Brooklyn. She said that she only drove him to the store because he asked her to. Video footage showed a black male, later identified as Keith AG, enter the store and turn down aisle 52. Seconds later, people are seen running from aisle 52, then Keith AG runs back toward the entrance. He runs in the parking lot, gets into a silver four-door sedan and exits that parking lot at a high rate of speed toward Duval Street. He called 911 a short time later from the Mellow Mushroom on Bayou Boulevard and surrendered to police. Sheila Agee was later arrested in Washington County, Alabama, and will be extradited to Escambia County, Florida, to face charges.
Friday's murder inside a Pensacola Home Depot store made her first appearance in court this afternoon. 50-year-old Sheila Agee, now in the Escambia County Jail, charged with principal to first-degree murder. She was extradited from Washington County, Alabama yesterday.
A judge ordered her today to remain in jail without bond as her attorney argued that incriminating text messages between mother and son were taken out of context. Tanner Stewart is live outside the Escambia County Jail to explain what's next in this case for the suspects.
Bob, Sue, Sheila Agee's request for a $250,000 bond denied today as her attorneys argue that her actions don't warrant the charges she's facing.
At this time, the bond will remain a no bond. You'll be ordered to have no contact with any witnesses.
Sheila Agee, the mother of shooting suspect Keith Agee, making her first appearance before a judge in Escambia County, facing principal to murder charges. The arrest report released this week states Agee played a major role in the killing of Brooklyn Sims through her text conversation with her son. Much of the report details those text messages between the two provided by the sheriff's office. She's accused of providing her son with an alternative plan for the murder different than his plan to shoot Sims in the parking lot, providing the exact location of where Brooklyn Sims could be found, and also advising him not to tell his nanny because she'll try and talk him out of it. The report shows the texts begin just hours before the shooting, around 10:30 in the morning, and go until almost 1 in the afternoon. It adds Sheila Agee failed to alert authorities of the plan despite Keith Agee traveling over an hour and a half to Pensacola from Calvert, Alabama, plus another 40 minutes following their last communication. Her lawyer in court on Thursday insisting the texts were misconstrued.
She is a principal to the alleged incident. The majority of the evidence that the court has reviewed is text messages that were taken out of context. And Your Honor, to my knowledge, she has little or no prior criminal history that would support such a charge.
As WEAR has reported, we know the last text message between the two came from Sheila Agee. That reads, "Okay then, stop texting me, I'm working. Do whatever." It was shortly after this, according to a witness account in the report, the shooter walked up to the victim, said a few words, and fired approximately 8 shots before running out of the store.
Agee, who isn't new to this type of thing, had been previously arrested in Mobile, Alabama, on 3 counts of domestic violence in the 3rd degree. He was also charged on April 14, 2022, in Mobile for domestic violence in the 3rd degree. Both cases were dropped. A judge denied bond for the mother charged in a murder at a Florida Home Depot. The arrest report states Sheila Agee, 50, played a major role in the killing of 18-year-old Brooklyn Sims through her text conversation with her son. Sheila is now in the Escambia County Jail charged with principal to first-degree murder. If convicted of the charge, she will receive a mandatory life sentence. Keith Agee is charged with premeditated first-degree murder in the killing of his 2-year-old daughter's mother. Brooklyn's family remembered her as a loving mother, daughter, sister, and friend who had a bright future ahead of her. They said that she did not deserve to die in such a cruel and senseless way. Brooklyn's daughter Casey was placed in the custody of her maternal grandmother, who vowed to raise her with love and care. She said that she would always tell Casey about her mother's life and legacy. Family members were really upset that Sheila attended her balloon release few days before she was arrested pretending to be someone who loved Brooklyn. She was there talking about how much she missed her, not knowing she was part of who caused her death.
Family and friends coming together to remember the life of 18-year-old Brooklyn Sims.
Our deepest condolences to the family of Brooklyn Sims. May her soul continue to rest in peace.
That is so sad. Like, I just really had to show this one because of the fact that what is happening with the parentage these days, like the moms, man, no father in the house, then the mom is just running rampant when it comes to discipline and control. And I don't get it. Like, and I always say, who's raising these kids? And in this situation, she is one that I look at and be like, oh my gosh, the way that these kids is growing up these days, it's horrible. It's extremely horrible. And he's still an adult. Like, okay, she raised him and evidently something's wrong with him and she know it and she's pacifying the situation. But he's an adult now and he's still making these decisions as an adult man as to what he did to that girl who is 18 years old. And then to have other stuff on his record and things that's similar, but not as, of course, it wasn't as bad, but it's similar. So it's like, the mom already know what type of son she got. And she been allowing this situation to happen for the longest. So, that whole text message situation was horrible. Like, absolutely horrible. But guys, I just wanted to bring that one in and show you that video clip. I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's pretty much self-explanatory. I am glad that the mom is behind bars because she, and that was so cold for her to go to this young lady's visual and act like she cared. And all of a sudden, and of course, it's so funny how the automated commentator, because it's an automation, the YouTube automation, sounds like a robot when it comes to like the like the text messages and trying to kind of talk about the text info. So yeah, I was kind of laughing at that because that was kind of funny. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like leave your thoughts in the comments and we can discuss it. I appreciate you guys. Anybody who is watching, anybody who engages, I totally appreciate you. We're almost done. We're almost out of here. So I'm gonna hurry up and get through these next two clips for you. So the next one is the Black News Today about the young 16-year-old who got unalived by her friend for some sweet and sour sauce. That's so crazy. Or over some sweet and sour sauce. Check this out.
That killed a teenage girl in Northwest D.C. Some new testimony in court reveals this happened during a fight over sauce from McDonald's. Sauce. The victim and the suspect were friends. They were both 16. And Adam Longo has some new reporting on the investigation from our newsroom.
We learned late this evening that the 16-year-old suspect in court tonight, accused of killing this 16-year-old girl, is still behind bars. The suspect is claiming she stabbed her in self-defense. Naima Ligon of Waldorf was stabbed twice outside of a McDonald's at 14th and U Street in Northwest. The suspect, according to police, part of a group of 5 friends, including Ligon, who came out for a night in D.C. from Oxon Hill, Maryland. Now, the suspect's attorney in court just after 6 o'clock, arguing to have her released on home detention. The judge, though, not persuaded, ordering her to be held in juvenile detention until her trial on charges of second-degree murder. The judge also specifically prohibiting the release of the suspect's name or any information that could identify her. But we did learn this, that the suspect is homeschooled because of a history of suspensions and expulsion from public school. She lives with parents in Waldorf. Now, here is one of the most head-scratching parts about this story. This fight apparently started over McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. 5 girls, all in the car after getting some food. An argument broke out and spilled out of the car, and that's when Ligon was stabbed. The other girls took Ligon to a nearby Howard University hospital where she died. The suspect, stopped by police, walking alone a block away from the stabbing scene, and had a black folding knife on her. Now, all of this happened on the eve of the first day of school at Thomas Johnson High School in Waldorf. The principal there calling Ligon's death a tragedy that has left the school heartbroken. Adam Longo, WUSA 9.
It's broken after all of that. Well, looking ahead to Friday, D.C. police will start enforcing a youth curfew in 7 areas, including U Street, where the 16-year-old was stabbed to death. Kids under the age of 17 will now have to be off D.C. streets from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. on weekdays and 12:01 a.m. to 6 a.m. on weekends. This curfew has been on the books for decades, but police hope a new enforcement push will help stop the violence and keep kids safe.
Okay, so with this, because I'm not gonna, like, we're almost out of time, but one of the things I do want to say is the ending talking points from the commentator when she said that pretty much the curfews have always been on the books, but they never been really enforced. So now they're enforcing the curfews. This should be enforced all over America. These kids are running rampant. Chicago needs to have Illinois, period. Indiana, Michigan, California, all of the major, especially the major cities, need to enforce curfews. They family, they mom and dad should be enforcing curfews. I had to be at home when the street light came on. And anybody that know me know that my mom was extremely strict. So it was still like daylight when I had to go in the house to pretty much. But yeah, this is crazy. So I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for the loss of, the life of this young lady, 16 years old, first day back to school, Okay, so the last one is our PSA. The last one is my guy, CashflowHarlem, and he's given a PSA, and the PSA is moms. This is a bad mom right here. She is horrible. Teaching her child how to steal at such an early age. Teaching her child how to steal, period. I bet you she wouldn't do that. This cannot be in California. She had her daughter steal a dog, but trust and believe she don't even know if that dog have a tracker in it or nothing. But I'm telling you now, that would not fly in Cali at all. These people do not play about their dogs here. Okay, so this definitely had to be somewhere else. But I just want y'all to check this PSA out for from CashflowHarlem.
Let me suck, cause nah. Look close, see this little girl get out her mother's car, walk into a stranger's lawn. Bruh, this is ugly. No hesitation, walking up to a puppy. Peep this shit. Something in her hands and she appears to be feeding it. What's up with this? Cause nah, she looking back, conversing with her mother in the car. This when things certainly get strange, cause I don't know exact words that they exchange, but look, right in this instance, the daughter trying to grab the dog, then the dog gets suspicious. The dog dip, bro. Now look, the mother passed the daughter a jacket through the window. Then from here it's bizarre. She put the dog on the jacket and ran to the car. Assist your daughter to steal a dog? This got it. Perfect example of our babies being misguided. Pure wicked and lost. You know how many people go John Wick for their dogs? That's
Okay. You see what I'm saying? And he is absolutely right. People go John Wick for their dogs. They do not play about their dogs. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining and listening or looking, whatever you are doing right now. you are engaging and you are supporting. So I appreciate that. This is Insane News. This is Insane 2.0, actually, volume 2. This is the new the new look, the new vibe. And I just appreciate you guys so much for just rocking out with me and locking in with me. And I'm going to see how this goes on Facebook. I'm going to see if I'm getting any support. If not, then I'm just going to continue to keep it on YouTube and focus on the YouTube channel instead of doing it on Facebook. So let's see what happens on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook and I totally appreciate you being able to support me. Hopefully you'll be able to support if I just go on strictly YouTube, but I don't really know if I have a major audience to that level on Facebook like that will consistently watch this. Okay. But we'll check it out and see. Before I get out of here, I just want to give you guys my disclaimer real. Okay, that was the disclaimer. So now we're going to go ahead and go. And once again, thank you so much. Tune in next Thursday with This Is Insane. And holla at you later. Love y'all. Mwah. Bye.
Guns. Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community? Why? Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that.